Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. Shir sponsor Lui Nishma Sam Yaakov Shalom Nabas Yitzchok. We're holding in Metzia Daf Tetzayin. We reached the two dots in Daf Tetzayin and Mudalef. It's about, I think, 10, 11 lines on the bottom. For the top, I'm saying. Maybe a little more. The beginning of the line is Pshito. Everybody has it? I have the two dots. Pshito. So where are we holding? We started a sugya. We got the two dots. Really, that sugya that we started yesterday speaks about someone who stole a sadeh. Right? Going back to our classic case, Shimon stole a sadeh from Reuven and sold it to Levi. Then Shimon went back to Reuven and he paid for it. So the shaila is: do you say that he gets the right of the same Reuven can take the field from Levi? So Shimon can get the field from Levi. Now, one thing just to mention, we didn't mention yesterday, very important in her sofa, the Taisa says over here. It's clear that Shimon has to give money to Levi. What's the story? Shimon stole the land from Reuven. Then he sold to Levi. Now, he goes to Reuven, he buys the field. What would be the Havamina? The Havamina would be that Reuven can take the field from Levi, so Shimon can take the field from Levi, because he bought the right of Reuven. Right. 1 second. So maybe this addition will help you. Shimon will have to pay Levi money. Whatever Levi spent on the field, Shimon has to pay him back. That's not a question. The question, can he take the land away?
Why is that different than any other person on the sale deciding if...
Because the sale here happened before. Here, the sale happened before. Here, when he sold him nothing. It doesn't exist, this karka. It was a forge. There was it is. It doesn't go back. You can't go. There's no prayer because you had no kinyan over here. Elamai, you have the cloud that we said yesterday. Whatever you're gonna get, I'm gonna get. That's part of our sale. Okay. Now the Gemara learned yesterday. There's two reasons why would Shimon do that. Why would Shimon go and pay Reuven? Why? What's the point? Why? What's the point? He's anyway going to have to give the field to Levi. So what's the point? So the Gemara said two reasons. Either because he doesn't want to be called a Gazlan. He have a name. He's a Gazlan. Or he wants to leiku behem nusi. He wants to be a trustworthy person. People should, the trust that has between him and the buyer should remain. And the Gemara wants to say, Kamina, what happens if he died? Now, the Gemara now goes on to the next stage. Pshito, it's double pashut. Zovno, he sold it. Orso, or he bequeathed it. Right? V'yavo, or he gave as a gift. So what is the Gemara saying? The Gemara just told us that the reason Shimon bought from Reuven because he wants Levi to keep the field.
He bought. After he sold?
Shimon bought from Reuven. Why did he do that? 1 second. Why did he do that? He did that in order for Levi to be able to have the field. But what happens before he went bought from Reuven and he immediately went and he sold it to Shmero. He immediately went to give us a gift. Bequeath is a little hard to understand exactly what will be the case of Orto. But what he did was, Rashi says, before he bought it from the owner, so there's a big discussion that we're showing him, and we're not getting into it now. It's also a steer in Rashi. When did he do it? Did he do it before or after the purchase? But maybe that answers the question a little bit. Or maybe he gave him a pre-sale. So I'm going to buy the field. One easy way to say it. I'm going to buy this field from Reuven. I'm selling it to Yishmael. So he clearly doesn't want to give it to Levi. He's doing it for all the reasons. So he doesn't look at not for Levi.
What was the case?
Shimon stole from Reuven a field. Sold it to Levi.
Yeah.
Then he goes to Reuven and says, Reuven, I did something not nice. Okay. I stole from you. Let me pay you.
Yeah.
Now he takes that field that he bought from Reuven and he sells it to Shmuel.
He takes it back from Levi and sells it.
He didn't take it back. I mean, a field doesn't move, right?
What's he
He
selling?
He bought from Reuven a field and sold it to Shmuel.
Right, so he's giving him, what do you want to call it, the title to that field.
Yeah, to Shmuel.
He's transferring swing out of Reuben's hand.
Now the shaila is, could we say that what we learned yesterday, the Levi will say, no, you bought it for me.
Sold it.
No, you sold it, and then that sale, the original sale was false. That was not a sale. It was just a joke. Shimon stole from Reuben. He basically, right, you have today these stories in New York City. A guy goes and sells land doesn't own. He doesn't own. Right? Shimon went and sold to Levi a land doesn't own. That happened. Kabanu. Story end. Now Shimon got paid. I got it. Now in this case, right now at this stage, what does Levi have a tie against Shimon?
You sold me something that wasn't.
Afterwards, not then, not before.
You sold me something.
That's the different case if he knows. He doesn't talk about he doesn't know.
You sold me something that wasn't yours.
Huh? So what does Levi have to Shimon? Give me back my money. But, okay, everybody agrees. No problem. Now Shimon goes and buys the field from Reuben legitimately. So we learned yesterday, we say, you know. No, he didn't give the money yet. He didn't give the money, right? He goes and buys the field from Reuben. So yesterday we learned that, I saw it. Why did Shimon do that? We go and tell him, let's say even if he regrets, you did it to give it to Levi. It's very nice of you. You did it. I know why you did it. Because you want to give it to Levi, because don't Levi to call you a Gazlan. Don't Levi to lose your trust. I was a Gazlan from Reuben. With Levi, I have a good relationship. And I don't need Levi to call me a Gazlan too. So that's what we say. And then let's say Shimon changed his mind. Comes Levi and says, I want the field. Says, no, I didn't buy it for you. I'm going to give you money. So the din is you can't change your mind. But if he showed right away, Rashi says, that's why Rashi says it. He did it even before the sale. He already gave it over to somebody else. Shows the reason I bought from Reuben is not to take care of Levi. I bought from Reuben to give it to Shmuel. That's what Gemara says. So again, Pshito.
Same thing as somebody makes somebody a shliach to buy a field and decides to.
Yeah, Pshito. Zovna or to be up. He bought it. He sold it. He bequeathed it. Question: are you bequeathed? To Yava, he gives it a gift. To Matana, Lav, Lugik, Lokach. But you see, he doesn't want to give it to Lokach. Nofuli b'Yerusha. If he did not go, let's say Shimon, who stole from Reuben wasn't a stranger. Reuben was his father, or his grandfather, or his uncle, has no children. He stole from him. And Reuben, I'm just going to give it just to add some color to it. Reuben had such heart pain. He was so insulted and hurt from the fact that Shimon stole from him, so he died, and Shimon inherited it. Shimon didn't do anything to do it. He didn't pay for it. So we say it's mimeli v'laviyu katorach habaso. He didn't do anything. He didn't do ishtadlis. The point is, he has to do ishtadlis in order to get the field. That shows he did it for Levi. He didn't do ishtadlis here. It came automatically. Kabi iyu b'chayfer. What happens? It's like this. Shimon happened to lend Reuven money before. He stole the field from Reuven, and then he went and he was going to b'chayfer. Meaning, after he stole it, he comes to the nigzal and say, you owe me money. Reuven, you owe me money. I need a land. I'll take the land, that land that I stole from you, that I'll take for my loan. Okay?
Was the chayiv due already or not?
Yeah.
So
Now the chayiv is due.
Why you say got it? Maybe
No, but
you owe me money.
when he stole, first of all, you can't do it without anything. That's called stealing. But when he stole, to make things easier, when he stole it, it wasn't due.
Okay.
Easy. Let's keep it easy. I think even if it does, he was stole, it wasn't due. Now he goes to him. He says, by the way, you know that $1,000 it came due. I will keep the field. So do we consider that to be a purchase? Says the one Chazin. If Reuben has other lands, very wrong. He says, I want that one. He comes to Reuben, he tells Reuben, you owe me money. You know which field I'm going to take? That one that I stole from you. He says, I'll give you that field. No, I want that one. So that shows that's like buying it. He's doing special effort to get that field. If he doesn't have other options, so the developer, he's only coming to redeem his loan. What happens if Reuben ended up giving it to Shimon b'matana? So Shimon stole from Reuben, and eventually Reuben goes and says, you know what? Keep it. One says like Yerusha. He didn't do nishtadlis. He got it as a gift. It's like a mecher. Again, person gifts, there's no free gifts. He gave him a gift because he did something for him. He did a favor for him. He found favor in his eyes. So it's considered to be ishtadlus. It's going to be the reason he was toireach, to find favor in his eyes, in order for him to keep the nemanus that he has with Levi. And Tais points out over here, the Gemara says this thing, not loy likri gazlan. Remember yesterday we had two reasons why it is. Masha, the Gemara is naked, this reason as the main one. Says the Gemara, until when do we say the guy is doing especially shtadlus in order to keep the trust? Meaning, until the guy takes it to Beis Din. If Levi goes to Beis Din and he says, Shimon, you're Ganav, you stole me, you sold me something that didn't belong to you. And then Shimon goes and tries to buy, you don't say Shimon's coming to appease the Levi. He went to Beis Din already, he made him go to court. No, even when he went to court, it's still considered to be that he wants to appease Levi until he gets that tracht. What's that trachto? Until Beis Din say you have to pay, and when he doesn't want to pay, they give Levi a star that allows him to go to the properties of Shimon and take from there. That's more. After he found, that's another stage. Levi took Shimon to Beis Din. Shimon didn't want to pay. Beis Din said you have to pay. I don't have what to pay. They gave Levi a drachta, which is go around, find any available land, property of Shimon, that's yours. He goes, he finds something. So then they do a chazda. Chazda means they do an announcement. They do a public announcement. Everybody should know. It's almost like a bid. It's not a bid. It says we are going. This property is being foreclosed by Levi. Anybody who has any claims, anybody who has any reason to say that this is not the right thing, come announce. That's called Yimei Chazda. When that starts, so each one adds a little bit more. How do the Lukach buy this karka? Says the Gemara, what do you say? Going back to the svara we had yesterday, at the end of yesterday's daf. What was the idea? The idea was that because we know Shimon wants to make Levi happy, he gave Levi all the schusim that he has. What's the schusim that he has? He bought a field, and he got the field. He got the field, so he gives it to Levi. Says the Gemara, but how did he do that with it? Because of the shtar. We really mentioned that before. This whole shtar was fake. Nothing happened over here. It means he told him, I trust you. He says, I'm going to trust you. The fact that this guy says, I trust you, and he relies on you. So you see, that itself is considered to be that is Gurus Das, that he wants to give it to Levi. Now here, there's a lot to discuss exactly how does that work. Which kidney do you have over here? What exactly is he giving him? Where?
Because he doesn't know.
I mean, once he buys it. Shimon buys it from Reuven and gives it to Levi. Why? Because Levi said, I trust you. So that's what does it give him? How does it exactly work? But just a simple understanding of the Gemara, the fact that Levi puts his trust in Shimon, we assume that Shimon, whatever he does, is al da'as sochi to give to Levi. Says the Gemara, Metzia, ask a question. Person goes and says this, I don't own now land, but whatever I will inherit to my father, I'm selling to you. Whatever I capture in my net, I'm selling to you. It didn't happen yet, but it will happen, I'll sell to you. Why lo maklum? You can't ask, you can't sell, it never happened. It says whatever I inherit today is yours. Whatever I capture today is mochel dvar kayam. And the Gemara explains soon why. Why should that be different if he says ayon? So says the one brings a question. What's the question over here? Here's the same thing. Shimon basically tells Levi, look, Levi tells Shimon, I trust you. Shimon says, okay, you trust me, don't worry. I'll get it for you. What are you getting? He's gonna go and buy it from Reuven. But that came after. It's after the fact. It's like someone who inherits from his father. Right? In other words, Rashi says, right? After inheritance doesn't work. They don't say, oh, I sold it to you, so I give you the schus.
What's the Amina thing, the Levi just Yeshiva?
When he bought it, he said, no. He didn't know Shimon. No. He didn't know. Levi bought it, he didn't know. Levi told Shimon, Shimon, you're selling me on land. I trust you. Whatever you tell me is right. So I say, this guy Shimon, when he heard that Levi says, I trust you, he says, I'm going to make sure to get Levi the karka. Right now I stole it, but I'll take care of it. Says the Gemara, so says a good question. You see over here, you can't say something based on the future if it didn't happen yet. I see the man is a chosh of a person. I don't see the question. Very big difference. When a person tells his friend, whenever I inherit from my father, I'll give it to you. Maybe, hey, who knows if your father will die first? Maybe you'll die first. Who knows when your father will die? When your father will die, who knows what he's going to have? So there's no sbichas das. Here, Levi thinks Shimon owns the field. He says, I trust you. He got sbichas das. Right? In other words, even he says, when he tells him I trust you, he says, I trust you. You'll take care of it. You'll make sure this works.
And in the meantime, everybody's coming after Levi?
Before. It didn't happen. In our sugya right now, because just to keep things simple, Reuben didn't come. He didn't know. He knew, or he right now is still scared. He's overseas. Reuben didn't do anything yet. Shimon stole from Reuben, sold it to Levi. Levi told him, I trust you. Shimon says, you know what? I'll take care of it. Goes to Reuben. He travels to Bahamas. He finds him over there. He says, you know, Reuben, I stole your field. I want to buy it from you. Easy story. For our case, that's what we can stick to.
So what's the whole question? What's the whole problem?
Problem is, then afterwards, a week passes by, and Levi tells Shimon, no, where's the deed? You bought it from Reuben. So I changed my mind.
Wow.
I changed my mind. I want to keep it myself. So we say, no. You bought it for Levi. You have to give it to Levi. You can't change your mind. Says the Gemara, here did not serve this. The same the question, the answer. This doesn't need to be checked. What does it mean? Rashi brings two explanations. Either, look at the second wide line Rashi in the bottom. He says, this is such a good question, I don't know, there's no answer to this question. Don't even bring it in. It's just like, it's a pircha. The Leika Kushimialia Al Telangov. The Jew is going to say the exact opposite. He said, it's not a good, this is a question, it's not a question. Don't bring it to Beis Medrash. This is a simple answer. So he's the two opposite answers. Or it's such a great question, or it's such a not a great question. No, you do need to. You need to go and figure it out. This is you have to be. According to first Rashi, it's a good question, but we have to go and miyashav it. According to second question, it's a good question. I'll give you an answer. In Beis Yeshiva, the Shor Machshava on the staff, we're going to see how the Bin Yod explains what is this three lashonis: lifnai, v'lifnei, lifnim. Just to say something very nice. Okay, let's call lifanim or lifnei lifanim. Says the why? What's the chiluk? The same answer. Big difference. When a person buys from someone inherits, it doesn't have to be das. Here the guy relies on it. Says the Gemara, so the story and they brought the same question. This don't bring this question to us. Either it's too hard or too easy. He says, no, it's a good question and a good answer. Says the Gemara, not that now. Says the Gemara, now going back to this case, what was the case with the Mechira? He sells it to him. He says, I'm going to buy it. Whenever I inherit from my father, nothing. Whenever I inherit from my father today, yes. What's the difference? Says the Gemara, his father's about to die. What does it mean, hayoim? It means his father is in his deathbed. He inherits his father. So it means I really need the money because my father is dying. I need to buy him tachrichim. I have to give him a kaver. So it's for the comfort of the father. So therefore we say that's going to be a good sale. When he says whatever today I'm going to capture, it says the one that the Tetzarun base, Mishum kedei chayov. What does it mean? A person says, I need to eat today. I have to go to feed my kids. So whatever I'm captured today, I'm going out to the sea. I'm going to capture. I'm a good fisherman. I'm selling to you. I just need to know that I have my peace of mind. Says well, that's good enough. Says well, hopefully someone's going to come soon. We're not in a few minutes. The soda that I'm going to buy, when I buy it, from now it belongs to you. So he's creating it. He's creating it. Now why? Because we'll see that's considered to be double shalom b'loyim when it works according to this mandam. That's a regular soda. But if he says this field, now if you told him, I'm going to buy a field, I'll sell it to you. It works. So I'm going to buy this field, that property on the corner of Manor and Broadway. So that doesn't work. Why not? Who says he's going to sell it to him? It's 1 million. Even in this field. So who's Rav basing himself on? This has to go. According to one of you can be makkah something which is not here. The Tanya really shows kachali lechashiz gayer lechashiz gayri. Goes to the woman and says, you can be my wife after I become a Jew, or after you become a Jew. After you released, after I'm released, if he's a slave. After your husband dies, or after your chalitzo. Or after your sister dies. In all these cases, Eino Mikudeshes. He's Mikudeshes. Why? There's no choices. It's not I can do this wife or this wife. It's only this woman. I'm going to get this specific woman. So you see over here that what? Even when it's a very specific field, it's good enough.
But the Kedusha, it's not just Dama Shalei B'Yonim. She's not in Parsha Kedusha. She's an Ashes Isher, she's a guy. She's not in the Parsha Kedusha. It's not even
Dama Shalei B'Yonim is also not in the Parsha.
I'm going to get something. Dama Shalei, but it's not in the Parsha. It's not physically here. This is physically
also, Dama Shalei B'Yonim is also not physically here.
That's what I mean. It's not physically here.
So also here, the woman's not here. She will be here. Yeah, okay. But the word says you compare it. So the more Omar Shmuel Amoitze Shtar Kno Bashuk Yachzir Lebayim. Shtar Kno is when the person says he's a Kenyan that I'm Yeshiva myself. So Shtar Kno Bashuk Yachzir Lebayim gives it back to the owner. Why? The cost of Lil voice for Lil. Maybe you say if the Shabbat himself, maybe he borrowed, but he never took the money. Hashib Navshay. That's a Shtar Kno. I don't care if he took the money or not. You agreed to Yeshiva yourself. Maybe he paid back. Not he paid back. Here comes the Gemara saying, we had the whole discussion we had. Do you chayshish was need for now, need for here? The Gemara says, if it was Perua, should have tear the shtar. My father was the Safir Dayoni of Mashwul. He was one of the Dayoni of Mashwul. The Seifrim. I was been 6 or 7 years old. I remember that they announced the shtar kinyan that you found in the market. Now, you can be back to the owner. Why? Again, the same idea. Because there's already Shiva, there's no Pirun. We also have a similar thing called Maise Bezin and Rezi Achzer. Maise Bezin that you find in the market. Your Shiva Achzer. What is Maise Bezin? Rashi says right now, the one understood, Shtar Shkatubu Henpik. It says in it, Henpik, what's a Henpik? That the Bezin said this is a good shtar. Meaning that it wasn't Mizuya for anything. So, Kolmai the Bezin and Rezi Achzer. I'm a Leicha Shilam Pirun. Not Choshe to pay it back. The same thing, because he would pay it back, he would tear it. Don't bring your eye from there. What's Shtori Chaloso V'Adrachto? What's Shtori Chaloso V'Adrachto? Rashi explains, Shtori Chaloso Shtar Shekozu Bezin Lamoitzi Shtar Chaver B'Chivu L'Sholem V'Loi Shilim. Says you have to pay and you want to pay. V'Yodo L'Choso. It went down to the Choso, so we said before. The show about Choy V'Chad Mem and a stool Shtar Shalpi Bezin Bol. It's a shtar that says he had a right to take this karka. Adrachto is, he didn't find any Nechosim. Rashi said, Shlemotzu Achshav Nechosim, because Shirdoif Lachzor al Nechosim Im Tzayikbe. Adrachto is meaning more of a right. Go is a bounty thing. Go around and find a field. So why the Lamne Piron? There you don't have a Piron. Once the Bezin said you could go and extract karka, you can't pay it back. You can go and take it. Omar Ravo, Alhani Lamne Piron, is that true? Nardo said, Shumo Shato. What's Shumo? Shumo is like we said. The Beis Din made a Shumo and said that Baal Chayim can go and take it. For 12 months, he can go and say the bar says, I'll pay you back. I'm from the city of Nardo. Was really the Shumo the Loilam. I hope forever the Loilam could come and say, you know what? They want to give the karka to the lender. They want to do a foreclosure for the lender. No, I'm not going to let you do it. If he wants to pay back, you pay back. Hello, also by the time of the Amri, he lost on his own. Right? In other words, if you find a drachta and you find this type of stars, if you did, you're right, you could pay it back. But if you pay it back, you should tear it. And even let's say the guy, the lender says, I'm sorry, I don't know where it is. So write me another star. Write me a star or receipt that I pay back. Right? What's the reason you have to write it? Because you don't have to give back the karka. It's really more say Yosha V'atoiv. It says you should do the right thing. Give the land back to the original owner. Therefore, he says it's not it's as if he starts now a new kinyan, right? So in other words, why can he demand the star? Can he demand the star because really I don't have to give you anything, but you want to give me, so you're really selling me. The lender has the right to take the field of the borrower, is selling it to the borrower. So therefore, I can ask for a star. That's just to write a star. What about star choiv? If you pay it back, you buy a star and you have to sell to tear the star. Maybe the guy, the lender says, you know what? He's trying to get away from it. I'll give it to you tomorrow. It's right now. It's not by me. Or I'm keeping the star because I need the money for what it costs to write the star, for the cipher. So what is he saying? He was saying, by a Malvi, he doesn't have the flexibility. He says, why didn't you tear it? Because maybe the Malva says, I didn't want to tear it. He says, write me another star. I'm not writing another star. I don't have to write another star. But when he gets a drachto, when he gets the star piroin, so the lender doesn't have to give it back to the karka. He could go and say, I'm gonna write the star for you. So he says, I want to. You have to go and give it to him. So it's a new sale. So write to me a new star. You want to do the right thing, do it right. But I'm not doing the right thing. So if you really wrote it, I tear it? No, the guy said I didn't have the star. Or maybe you keep the star to pay the cipher. So therefore, by a malve, in a regular case, you find a malve, and maybe there was a piroin over here. And they didn't take care of the star. When you have these official documents, a drachto and a scout and all these type of things, so there, in that case, if you find it in the middle of the street, so if there was a piroin, you should have teared it or asked another star. If you didn't do it, then that means that that's still intact. But a star mill, we don't have that. Stop over here.